Hello everybody. Let's talk about experiment number 9 in our Java SPL practicals. So experiment number 9 is about inheritance. The problem statement is like this: create a class book and define a display method to display the books. Now we are going to inherit two classes, reference book and magazine, from this class book, and then we are going to put a display method in both these classes, reference book class as well as magazine class. So as you can see here, the scenario is like this: we have a class called book. We are going to have a method called as display in this class book. Then we have one more class, reference book. This reference book is inherited from class book. We have class magazine. This class magazine is also inherited from the class book. So when we want to use inheritance in Java, we are going to use the extends keyword, extends कीवर्ड. ओके, सो रेफरेंस बुक एक्सटेंड्स बुक, इसका मतलब है रेफरेंस बुक एक ऐसा क्लास है जो बुक क्लास से इनहेरिट हुआ है. इनहेरिट करने के लिए हमने कौन सा कीवर्ड यूज किया है? वी हैव यूज्ड द कीवर्ड एक्सटेंड्स. सिमिलरली हियर नाउ आल्सो वी हैव used extend keyword and we have created class magazine which is inherited from class book. So we have said class magazine extends book. So like this, now we have created these two classes, and see, the display method is common in all these three classes. We have a display method here, here as well as here. Now when we want to call this display methods, we will have to use the main method. So to put the main function, we have created one more class which is class test inheritance. We are going to save this program using this test inheritance dot java as our saving name. So once we create this class test inheritance, then we are going to put our main function inside this class, and in this main function we will be creating objects which will call out to this display method, as well as this display method. So now let us look at how the program is going to look like. सबसे पहले let's look at how we are going to create the class book. So this is my class book, and the method that I have in this class is void display, and I have put two printout statements in this method. The first print statement is system.out.println. The book name is complete reference Java, and the second print statement is system.out.println author is some abc author. तो मैंने क्लास बुक के लिए एक मेथड क्रिएट किया है विच इज द डिस्प्ले मेथड, और ये जो डिस्प्ले मेथड है इसके अंदर मैंने दो system.out.println स्टेटमेंट्स डाले हैं. तो ये हो गया मेरा क्लास बुक. यू कैन सी दिस इज इन डार्क ब्लू कलर. फिर नेक्स्ट क्लास है मेरा reference book. So class reference book, and because I have inherited it from class book, hence I am using the keyword extends. class reference book extends book. इसमें भी मैंने एक display method डाला है और इसके statement print करने वाले अलग है. So system.out.println, this is the reference book class. That will be my first statement that I want to print, and the second statement is going to be the reference book author name is some xyz. So this is the class reference book extends book. Now similarly I will create one more class which is class magazine extends book. इसमें भी मैं display method use कर रही हूँ, and I'm going to change the contents of this display method. So here I have put system.out.println, this is the magazine class, and system.out.println author name for magazine is some pqr. So in this way we have created these three classes. First class is the book class, second class is the reference book class which is inherited from book with the help of keyword extends, and the third class is the magazine class which is again inherited from the class book with the help of keyword extends. ये हो गए मेरे तीनों क्लास. अब मुझे इन तीनों को रेफर करना है. सो आई विल हैव टू यूज द मेन मेथड. सो फॉर यूजिंग दिस मेन मेथड, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल हैव टू क्रिएट वन मोर क्लास which is class test inheritance. My program is going to be saved using the name as testinheritance.java. In this test inheritance, I will create the public static void main function, and in this case I am going to be creating the object for this book class. So the object is the b. Book b मतलब क्या? B is the object that I have created for class book. So now I want to call the constructor of that class. So I write b is equal to new book. Then I write b dot display. So now when I say b is equal to new book and when I write b dot display, तो अब ये b कौन से क्लास को रेफर करेगा, कौन से डिस्प्ले मेथड को रेफर करेगा? It will refer to the display method of the class book. That means this method is going to be called. Okay, this method is the method belonging to class book. So this display method will be called, and these two statements are going to be printed. In the next statement, I write b is equal to new book, then I write b is equal to new, then I write b is equal to new reference book, and I write b dot display. Okay, so when I create a new variable b is equal to new reference book b dot display, so इसका मतलब है मैंने अब ये b ऑब्जेक्ट जो क्रिएट किया है ये किसको रेफर कर रहा है, इट इज रेफरिंग टू द डिस्प्ले मेथड ऑफ रेफरेंस बुक. सो रेफरेंस बुक के अंदर, रेफरेंस बुक क्लास के अंदर जो मैंने डिस्प्ले मेथड क्रिएट किया है उसको कॉल जाएगा, और उसके अंदर जो भी मैंने स्टेटमेंट लिखे हैं लाइक दिस स्टेटमेंट एंड दिस स्टेटमेंट, ये दो स्टेटमेंट्स एग्जीक्यूट होंगे. सिमिलरली फॉर द थर्ड सिचुएशन आई राइट b dot new magazine b dot display. So when I write b is equal to new magazine b dot display, that means now I've created this b as a new object of class magazine, and now I'm calling that object, and I'm calling the method of that object which is b dot display. So then this part, this display method is going to get executed, and then this two statements are going to be printed. तो फर्स्ट मैंने क्या किया, एक ऑब्जेक्ट b क्रिएट किया, उस ऑब्जेक्ट बी से मैंने इस डिस्प्ले को कॉल किया. सो दिस वाज माय ऑब्जेक्ट बी क्रिएटेड न्यू बुक एंड बी डॉट डिस्प्ले. फिर मैंने एक सेम ऑब्जेक्ट का वेरिएबल यूज किया. यू कैन यूज एनी अदर न्यू वेरिएबल ऑल्सो. सो आई राइट बी इज इक्वल टू न्यू रेफरेंस बुक, दैट मीन्स नाउ आई हैव क्रिएटेड एन ऑब्जेक्ट फॉर रेफरेंस बुक एंड आई एम कॉलिंग द डिस्प्ले मेथड. इन द थर्ड केस आई एम यूजिंग बी डॉट मैगजीन एंड देन आई एम कॉलिंग द display method. So this is how you are going to perform the program on inheritance. Okay, so this is the program and this is the output code. You can run this code, print the output, and then paste it in your lab assignments or your lab write-ups. Then the next experiment is experiment number 10. This experiment talks about an interface. So an interface is similar to an inherited class, but it consists of abstract methods. So interface में हम लोग सिर्फ function को call करते हैं, कभी उसको define नहीं करते हैं. Okay, so this interface is always going to contain abstract methods and abstract variables. Now in this our situation, what we are doing is we are creating an interface vehicle, and we are going to put all the common functionalities in the इंटरफेस व्हीकल. सो व्हीकल क्या कर सकता है, कॉमन फंक्शनैलिटीज क्या होती है व्हीकल की. व्हीकल कैन चेंज गियर, vehicle can speed up, vehicle can speed down, vehicle can apply brakes. So all these variables of interface vehicle are put here. Void change gear, void speed up, void apply brakes. You can of course add any more functionalities that you wish inside this interface. फिर उसके बाद I want to create different classes. तो मेरे यहाँ पे 3 classes है, bicycle, car and bike. So these are the 3 classes that I have created with the help of this interface vehicle. Now what I will do is when I want to create an interface, the keyword that I will use is implement. जैसे inheritance में we use the keyword extend, वैसे ही in case of interfaces we use the keyword implement. So मेरे पास अभी क्या है, interface vehicle है, इसमें मैंने 3 functions create किए हैं, change gear, speed up and apply brakes. इसके बाद मैंने एक क्लास बाइसिकल यहाँ पे क्रिएट किया है which implements this interface vehicle. So class bicycle implements vehicle is going to be my new class which is implementing this interface vehicle. Similarly now I have class bike implements vehicle. This class bike implements the interface vehicle, and all the same functions that we have used here are also seen here as well as here. आप एक और class create कर सकते हो for your car. Okay, so you can write class car implements vehicle and the same 3 functions can be inserted in that class. इसके बाद to call these methods of individual classes and individual interfaces you will have to create a new class. So class है मेरा class demo, और इस class के अंदर मैं put करने वाली हूँ मेरा main function. So the program is going to be saved using the name demo.java. Now let's look at the actual program. The first statement is going to be import java.io.star. उसके बाद हम लिखेंगे हमारा interface. So interface क्या है मेरा, interface vehicle, void change gear, void speed up, void apply brakes. These are the 3 abstract methods of this interface vehicle. अब मैं बात करूंगी class bicycle की. So class bicycle is going to implement the interface vehicle. इसमें मैंने 2 variables को declare किया है, speed and gear. So we can change the gear and we can increase or decrease the speed. So if I want to do anything with the gear, then I have the function public void change gear int new gear, that is the variable that I'm using here, and gear is equal to new gear. So I'm putting this attribute gear into new gear, and then I'm using this public void speed up, which is my new function, and I want to increase the speed. So speed is equal to speed plus increment, and when I want to apply the brakes, I will decrease the speed. So public void apply brakes, उसमें क्या है, speed is equal to speed minus decrement. Now remember that हमने इन तीनों मेथड्स में हमने एक एक वेरिएबल को पास किया है. यहाँ पे हमने न्यू गियर को पास किया है, इंक्रीमेंट को पास किया है और डिक्रीमेंट को पास किया है. सो ऑफ कोर्स व्हेन आई कॉल दिस फंक्शंस फ्रॉम द मेन फंक्शन, आई विल बी यूजिंग देम, आई विल बी यूजिंग दिस वेरिएबल. सो लेट्स लुक एट द मेन फंक्शन क्विकली. सो यहाँ पे देखो आप, वी कैन सी ना, यहाँ पे है हमारा बाइसिकल which is the name of the class, and now we are calling the, we have created a bicycle as the object of this class, and now we are going to call their functions, we are going to call their methods. So change gear 2, that means bicycle dot, bicycle is the name of the object, bicycle dot change gear 2. So this will call the change gear method of the class bicycle. Similarly we are going to call speed up 3. speed up 3 मतलब क्या, speed up 3 मतलब bicycle class के speed up मेथड को मैंने यहाँ पे कॉल किया है, और सिमिलरली यहाँ पे बाइसिकल क्लास के मैंने अप्लाई ब्रेक्स मेथड को कॉल किया है. सो इन दिस वे वी हैव क्रिएटेड दिस पार्ट ऑफ द प्रोग्राम विच इज गोइंग टू हेल्प अस टू एक्सेस दीज थ्री फंक्शंस. कौन से दीज थ्री फंक्शंस? चेंज गियर फंक्शन, speed up function and the apply brakes function. Now let's talk about the second class which implements the interface vehicle. Second class का नाम है bike. क्लास बाइक इम्प्लीमेंट्स व्हीकल. इसमें भी मैंने दो वेरिएबल्स डिक्लेयर किए हैं और सिमिलर तीन फंक्शंस या तीन मेथड्स को यहाँ पे इनिशियलाइज कर दिया है. राइट नाउ व्हेन आई वांट टू कॉल दीज मेथड्स, आई विल राइट दिस स्टेटमेंट bike, that means I'm creating an object bike of class bike and I'm calling the constructor for bike dot change gear 1, bike dot speed up 4, bike dot apply brakes 3. So when I make use of this object dot method, this object dot method and this object dot method, automatically these three methods are going to get invoked, that you can see in purple: void change gear, void speed up and void public brakes, public void apply brakes. So these three methods are going to get invoked with the help of this object bike. अगर मुझे बाइसिकल क्लास के मेथड्स को इन्वोक करना है तो मैं कौन सा ऑब्जेक्ट यूज कर रही हूँ? बाइसिकल ऑब्जेक्ट. अगर मुझे बाइक क्लास के वेरिएबल्स और मेथड्स को इन्वोक करना है तो मैं कौन सा वेरिएबल यूज कर रही हूँ? आई एम यूजिंग द मेथड वेरिएबल और द ऑब्जेक्ट बाइक. सो बाइक ऑब्जेक्ट से मैं ये तीन मेथड्स को कॉल कर रही हूँ और बाइसिकल ऑब्जेक्ट से मैं ये तीन मेथड्स को कॉल कर रही हूँ. सो व्हेन आई से बाइसिकल, दैट मीन्स ओनली द ऑब्जेक्ट्स, only the methods from bicycle class are going to get invoked, and when I say the object bike, that means all the methods from the bike class are going to get invoked. This was all about these two programs. I'm sharing them in your Google Classroom, so you can go through them and you can implement them. Look at the output, paste the output in your write-ups. I've also shared the write-ups in your classroom, and then you can submit these experiment 9 and experiment 10. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.